Okay, let me get on the YouTube real quick.
Still loading?
Let me get up on YouTube, dog. Okay. I didn't even put my link. We didn't put a link in that bitch, bro. Well, I didn't. Okay.
Okay. So this noise has been live for a minute. So that's weird how that works.
I mean, it's way behind, bro. Think about what it's doing to go from this computer just to get back to your phone.
All right, that was a little slow.
But see, it's kind of cool. You can see the real-time delay of which the information's traveling.
Yeah, I guess it is a gap like that.
Oh, bro, it is, bro. It's traveling far, dog, just to get to these phones. It goes to a satellite just to get beamed to these phones. If you're on the wire, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
All right, let's see how we can get it going. I think I'm back in action here. We are back, bro.
They really took the shit show. It was just crazy. Crazy.
I mean, they didn't take it. What are you talking about on YouTube?
Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck them people. Fuck them people. Okay, we still got logo. I mean, bro, the good thing is, you can always rebrand. The way this world works,
you always kind of switch it out. You kind of change your whole image. You know what I'm saying?
Time. There can be one allegation.
PR.
One allegation goes down.
Newell's, of course, the shit show last PR consultant. You know?
Now that we're out here, guys.
Did you check YouTube?
Back,
Have you checked YouTube?
I didn't check YouTube.
I'm gonna check YouTube. Okay, cool. Just want to be sure. I didn't want to double check it. Wasting time.
We are back up and running, guys. Making a spectacular project down here. It has taken time. It has taken hard work. It took some days. It's only getting farther. It took some days.
This was so much quicker. This was a lot quicker, bro.
Are we getting an echo? Or is it?
No, that's the phone. That's from the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, that's from the phone. The phone's like right here. So yeah, we're 100% back in action.
And the process of making something great here. Either way, it's always been about the talk.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
the system is still at work.
Yeah, we
had to make a big move, guys. We had to make a big move. Hopefully, this is for the better. I like the vibe down here. Like I said, I feel like once we get everything up, like we can make this a vibe. Like we probably could have somebody chilling here, not even on the cast.
Yeah,
like that.
Exactly.
Be chilling right
there. We're in a new space and we're fleshing it out, and we're definitely it's gonna look nice, bro. Yeah. You can definitely. I mean, it's just pretty much right now. It's just like a skeleton, and you just fucking add the meat and bones to this bitch, bro. It's gonna look nice.
We got a nice little amount of room in here. I think we get everything compact.
Invest in some of like the set.
We also talking about other things like circle table. Circle table's still on my mind, bro, because that would really suck up some room.
Well, it would be dope if you could mount the camera from the ceiling in the back a little bit.
Why couldn't we do that?
Kind of stationary. And
why couldn't we build something to come from the ground?
We can.
Not mount it, but you could build something down that we would sit it on.
Yeah, 100%. This would be cool, bro.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Hell yeah. I mean, the whole idea is eventually you move everything off the table. You have a clear table, clean set. You get some imagery going, some little knickknacks. This bitch looks hard.
Because I feel like, I guess we did have it farther away. But the old camera had a lot of view into it.
Which one are you talking about?
The old spot. We had a lot of view when you think about the Mazadov, the sign was in there.
Yeah. Didn't we have another end table that we put it on? Yeah, that's what it was. We had another end table we put it on, and we were able to push it back a little bit. And not only that, but I mean everywhere. I mean a whole kind of little area was all just drywalled in and shit, which probably creates some echo problems for us,
Looks like we're good in the water, man. So I think from here it's just progress.
Yeah,
this motherfucker going right.
I mean, I think one thing we get some better lighting, maybe more white instead of yellow,
I mean, light right now, not too bad.
It looks fine. Yeah, but I mean,
you look great.
I think you put a little white bulb in there, bro. We'll probably light this bitch up real quick, bro. It might just look, just that much, because this is a great color shirt, and I feel like the video camera isn't really getting this awesome color over here.
You said that's great.
That's a great color. Awesome color. You know what I'm saying? It's just yeah.
You're reaching. What color is that?
Like a light mustard. like a lighter mustard, a little off contrast mustard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like a brown mustard.
Yeah, exactly. Like grape coupon almost, but boom.
Wow. I'll tell you what. I definitely miss talking, man.
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
We're to the wayside.
Yeah, it's definitely been a long time. And it's weird because you became. accustomed to those like regular talks, bro. So it's just like, it's just like you have. I mean, like pretty much. I mean, like the talks before we had the cast, afterwards, and everything in between on the cast. It's just like it's a great like fucking like mental session almost. Because when else do you really like talk aloud about thoughts you're having for the first time?
Work through them like that,
yeah. Because I mean, like that's just saying it's just an awesome mental exercise. Like you feel that it's like you're running your brain, and you're posing new thoughts, and then you're just like you're chewing those thoughts, and you're just like, and you have like this discourse, and you toss things back and forth, and it feels so good for the brain, bro. It feels so good for the brain, bro.
I seen a thing that pissed me off the other day. I felt like it was coming for me. It was like your friends can't be your therapist.
Why the fuck
Get
not?
the fuck out of here!
Why the fuck
like,
not? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, why so much? I don't understand.
I mean, choose who you make your therapist. I mean, that could always be a problem, an issue. But, I mean, your friends. What other therapists do you have? I mean, you not everyone can, for one, afford an actual therapist. Two, I mean, like, are you really actually like mentally sick enough for a therapist? Maybe you just need to vent to a boy or a friend. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
like,
you just need to vent.
Yeah, you just need to kind of just say it out loud. Like sometimes, like you're not even looking for advice. You just need to talk about it.
Yeah.
And that feels good. And I don't know about you, but like I felt anger in the moment. You talk about it, and then you're just like, wow.
Well, because like a therapist doesn't prescribe you anything, right? That's a psychologist. So a therapist just listens to you and like helps you work through trauma.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you get a license to do that? Right? Like, what are you like
psychology? Shit like that. Going to college, you go to college and just like
I don't even know if I want
like law school
psych major.
You gotta go do a test to be state certified, pretty much.
I get law school because you're learning the law.
Yeah,
that's weird to try to learn the brain.
Oh, it's weird. You're studying itself. The brain's studying itself. Like what kind of crazy shit could your brain tell you? And you're just like,
how are you not by it?
But I mean, like, I guess, like, at that moment, like, you're analyzing other brain. But again, it's all perception. Like, you're analyzing a brain, like, a brain thought when you're looking at it is nothing without perception and context involving the thought.
And let's keep it 100, dude. I bet a lot of these guy therapists are going home jerking off their clients. Like, are they not real people? Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, they're real people.
I'm sure the women do it. The women fuck clients. Whatever it is. But I'm saying, like, don't they still have a bias to them? They still have, this thing that. I mean, you said it perfect. Like you're trying to study yourself. Like, how's that even possible? All you can do is try to learn, like, what facts? How is there facts to the brain?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, at the end of the day, I mean, like, they say, like, the brain's kind of like an onion. There's layers to consciousness, and there's layers to who you are and the filters your brain goes through. Like, you are studying the brain not at its core self from the point of view of, another filtered, unpure, brain, like kind of like context, like you're looking at the same filter their brain's going through on a rough level, and you're not looking at each other's core conscious level. I mean, like, that just sounds crazy to be able, like, how do you even begin accessing that?
Let me ask you this: how much do you believe in, like, like self-motivation? Like, how much do you believe in? How much do you believe in, like, one's reality? Basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I think that's the thing. I think perception. I believe that's what you get at. Perception is huge. Because I mean, like, it's all about the way one thinks about itself.
Right.
And I think most people. I mean, like, there's that cliche saying. We all wear a mask every day. I mean, you do weird shit when you're alone. I do weird shit when I'm alone and when no one else is looking, that type of thing, whether it be like you might hit that weird funky dance move, I'm
trying to take you down a road of how my thought works on it, where I get stuck out. So then, 100% agree. I'm right there with you. And then, okay, well, how far does that go? Like, how far does self-belief go? Like, I know you've heard the stories before of, like, you make someone believe something's hot. You put it on them, they burn.
Yeah, so
you've heard. I mean, it's never been.
Yeah, so I mean, there's that funny trick where if you have a fake hand,
right,
and you hit it with a hammer, that whole trick. I mean, there's that. I mean, so we have the placebo effect, So I mean, like as far as believing and healing, you can go a long way. So I mean, like it's in, especially if you have a negative outlook on life, that can definitely hinder you.
Right,
because,
but right there. So you just right there is where I'm at.
Yeah.
So how far can it go?
Like how deep? I mean, like as far as it can.
A positive mindset. How far can it go?
Oh, how far can it take you?
Like, take you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it can do wonders for, just confidence level, belief. Because like at the end of the day, anything is ultimately truly possible.
Is it?
That's the thing, when you are stuck on that type of thing, you want to move towards that goal. People fail, but if you want to reach that goal, you'll eventually get there.
I'm talking about like
positive,
I'm talking about like some supernatural shit.
So you're talking about like powers,
maybe let's just say like, let's say like
placebo can heal yourself.
Placebo can heal you. Can it? Because facts are facts, right? That's where I get to. I get to this battle of like, I'm like, man, spiritually, do anything. Facts of human, facts of planet Earth. These add up to facts, right?
Yeah.
So now I put your hand here on the table and then I slice it off from the wrist. Impossible to regenerate, right? You're never going to do it. Believe it all you want. Picture it there in your head. It never happens, right?
Yeah.
Tell yourself that the bleeding will stop. Never going to happen, right? You're dead if you don't do nothing, right?
Yeah.
Right? So there's facts.
Yeah.
Yep. See what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah, and just like anything, like I feel like, nothing's limitless and everything can be pushed to those limits. But at the end of the day, there are things that are impossible.
Right. There's going to be this spot.
You get your hand cut off, you're probably going to bleed out. And that's just fact. People die all the time, no matter how positive they are. But I mean, as far as like positive thinking, could it keep you fighting? Yeah. Could it prolong your chances? Yeah.
Right.
Could it? It could do nothing but help. In any situation.
Okay, well, I got so many thoughts. I've been thinking about it a lot, bro. But just on top of that, well, you also know how you ever seen somebody try to play negative mindset for their advantage? You ever seen that? So a lot of people do that in gambling, right? They put $20 on roulette and they go, I never win. What are you doing right there? You didn't play because you thought you were going to lose. You're trying to like convince the aura of the world that you could be a winner and say that. I know like that, like Tyler Life's doing.
Yeah,
that's how he's trying to do. He's trying to get his mindset of like, I don't even think I'm going to win. So I'm going to win. You see? So like, there's also a way you could do it with like, I had a negative mindset and maybe that pays off for him.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So
I hit on black.
So.
I won once. It'll never happen again.
Yeah.
Red. So like, you get what I'm saying?
So like in this particular aspect, and this is just a
and then you
fresh thought building off what you're saying.
See the guy every day that's like black, and never gets it.
Yeah,
and
so
he believes it's coming 100%.
So just a spur thought, that I'm thinking that that you're saying that. Is it possible that that particular aura of like life being connected with like greed has an already like kind of like negative thing to it, and so if you go over there like a humble individual, like I'm not here to win, beginner's luck, because they don't believe they're gonna win, then maybe you do trick it and push it in your way, and you're just like,
but what that's
hey,
like,
I throw your bone, kid.
So what you just said right there was like the 1% chance though, right?
Yeah.
And now the 99% chance is that every time you come up here, you had the
try to do that and try to do that,
and you just never did.
Yeah.
It's like saying, why not bet heads and 7 tails came out in a row?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, bro. Oh, yeah, bro.
Like,
yeah.
Well, bro, it was 50-50 every time you did that.
Yeah, exactly.
And, these are the facts.
And that's the funny thing, it's like, it's like, especially when like, and everyone feels like this who does it, who don't, like, who lose money, but like, like you make a stock market play, immediately tanks afterwards. You're just like, what's that meant? Like, what the fuck? As soon as I get in, just fucking, I was off a fucking cliff. Like, what is this universe like talk? Like, what is this universe trying to tell me here? Like, you know what I mean? Because like, if anything of all the world, like the stocks in consideration of what you're buying is just happenstance. Whatever happens, because your money doesn't have no effect on it. It's like you buy 10 shares, what the fuck ever. It's like you're not gonna budget. So you're at the kind of like course of like kind of like whatever like the aura wants to shift in like multiple people's favors kind of idea. Where it's like, Like, or am I just being told to get the fuck out of here? I don't fucking know. You know,
but once again, to me, 1% shit.
Yeah.
Like the 99% chance is that a lot of stocks tank. You could have picked anyone that day. That's the one you picked. This is how it goes. You're nothing special. So if everybody wants to look at the 1% of what can happen, then you're really just lying to yourself, because there are these facts of the world we live in. Now, so I've already been down this thought in my head. So that's why I'm here. And now, so this is where I sum it up, where I'm like, okay, well, I do accept that there is something to what you're arguing, right? Because there is something to it. So does it always matter? Maybe not. You're a human on planet Earth. The oxygen level is the oxygen level. It is what it is, right? And then there is these other times where, like, you have heard of people doing superhuman things, you know, not flying or no shit like that, but you've heard of, like, he lift that car, you know, like shit like that. Or like, you know, you experience your own stuff when your adrenaline's rushing, you felt like almost superhuman. You're just ultra instinct, bro. It feels crazy. You know, that people die trying to get that every day, you know?
Exactly.
So it's like, it is something to that. Once again, you always got to be fair and go to the second of, well, you're a human. You have adrenaline. That's how your body's made. Yeah. You become like this. Your brain is able to fool the own person that it inhabits, right? It's able to trick itself, basically. Well, trick you to do what it wants. So at that point, like, if you want to live it however you live it, that is what you're going to become. So if you want to be that guy that goes like, oh, I got bad luck, then chances are bad luck's coming. So you see what I mean? Like, I get it from that side. Like, it's like, I tell the guys, like, we were just arguing this at work, you know, where I'm like, bro, like, yes, okay, if I'm putting in a piece of glass and I got 5 people behind me going, you're going to break that motherfucker. You're going to break that motherfucker. As a human, that affects me. That does affect me. And I might do that different. But if I break this glass, if those guys weren't there, I might have broke this glass. You see what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, you know, every reaction has
something to it, but it's not everything.
Exactly.
You know? There's something to it, but it's 100% not everything, you know? But that's what I'm saying. You know, it's like, it could do nothing. It won't hurt you, you know? Just being overall positive. Optimism, you know. I mean, like, you know, you could be a pessimist, you know, look at life from that perception, you know. But I think, you know, ultimately, like, you know, which one's like, you know, I used to consider myself a realist, you know. I'd just be like, well, the facts are the facts, you know. It is what it is, you know. But like, it's kind of like you know, if it has its applications, but it's also kind of like a shitty perception of life, you know, where it's like, you know, because I mean, like, there are those things where it's like I said, it's not everything, but it's something, you know, type of deal.
Okay, but flip that, bro, because it's just not true. So is what it is. Yes, it sums up a lot of things because it is what it is. But it's not just boring negative mindset, bro. What it is beautiful, right? It's atoms connecting at a certain spot in the world. The butterfly flops its wings and there's a hurricane in Louisville, you know? Like that type of shit. Like, it's actually fucking beautiful. Is what it is sums up. You can't do nothing about it. Because it is what it is. The atoms are flowing. The oxygen is this. If a comet's coming, a comet's coming. The dinosaurs are gone. Here, whatever you want.
Yeah, you're at the flow, you know, of everything, you know. But I mean, like, you know, like as a human with, like, you know, like interactions and where you put yourself in the world, the placement of your atoms, you know, to collide with other ones. And, you know, like, if you're in a negative atmosphere, that definitely doesn't do anything good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what I'm saying is I'm arguing for it is what it is. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. You know?
Now, if you want to be the person that every time something happens, you go, why did that happen? Oh, that happened because this. Sometimes, most times, it is what it is. So when you're saying like, oh, I never win on blackjack.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, if you were to sit there and be like, oh, I can't play blackjack no more because I'll always lose. Or, you know, I can't gamble because I lost that first time. Or, the first time I tried to swim, I almost drowned, so I can't swim again. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to be like that, instead of just being like, well, bro, most people fucking almost drown the first time they swim. It's your first time swimming. It is what it is, baby. You know, if you're jumping in the ocean, you're a human. You're not supposed to be in there. You're figuring it out. There's a lot of things where it's like, it's okay to just say, it is what it is. And there's 100 is what it is inside of everything, bro.
Yeah.
The first time you open a bottle, I get it no problem. You get it hard.
That's the thing. You being
the next person's bottle doesn't even open.
The other person pops about any particular point, you know, like the red light goes at timing just a little bit on your way home. You know, it just puts you in a different location at a different time point where things are supposed to happen. You know, it's just like a, you know, like you said, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you'll plan to get to work tomorrow on time, but like sometimes you're just fucking late. You know, it's that type of deal. You know, where like those chains of events that you experience on your way to work is what made you late. You know, in kind of like a simpler form, in like a simpler tense. You know what I'm saying? How I'm trying to put it.
This gets me into like thinking about like the, you know, the free will. I was talking about you with the destiny. It's like I was thinking the other day when I was driving down the street, I'm like, is there a way to trick my free will and my destiny, right? And just like establish my humanness. I'm like, well, what if I'm driving, you know, down this street? I don't think about nothing. I'm driving to work, and then as soon as it pops in my head, I'm gonna bang the next left. Yeah. And I'm just gonna see what happens. But then I already thought about it. You know what I mean? So like it's in there. Mm-hmm. So how can I trick it? So at this point, I'm like, well, how much, you know, free will is this? And then Elon makes a great point because, you know, he was saying like, he's like, well, it's a 1 in a billion chance that this isn't a simulation, or it is a simulation. And the reason, and you want to hope that it is a simulation, because if not, that means humans died. Basically, you know, we stopped living because eventually we're going to be able to create such artificial intelligence that it's indistinguishable, let me say that, between reality. So like we're going to create what we are right now if we just never die off. Eventually we're going to get on some crazy shit like that.
Oh, you know? Yeah.
So he was saying like you should hope that it is.
Yeah. And I mean, like, you know, like, I mean, as far as in the context of humans, in what we say is the time of the universe, you know, or the entire galaxy, it's massive. There's an observable universe and there's something past that, ever expanding. I'd say that's the case. You know, I mean, there could just and we've been here, what they say is like 250, 300,000 years, maybe 400,000 tops is what they're saying. And the universe is billions, hundreds of billions years old. It's like, what the actual fuck? So what I'm getting to, you know, kind of like a bigger picture, there's this game series, it's called Mass Effect, you know, and pretty much, you know, with like every like 50,000 years or something, or like every like 250,000 years, something like that. You know, there's like a ever like omnipotent like artificial intelligence, you know, that's just like, you know, beyond what like, you know, organic matter has become. It's because of how old the universe is. Like, you have no idea what was created in it or out there. So pretty much every 250,000 years, this like sentient race of like AI machines would pretty much just come through and like sweep out organic life. That's just that. That's the idea of it. The whole point of that being is there could be something way larger at play. Like, we're so fucking small in the universe. Like, I mean, like, as far as like, you know, like it's like some points it almost seems like a lot of this shit is just 100% meaningless, because when you put it in the context of the size, the space of the universe, and what could potentially be out there, because as far as I'm concerned, what could potentially be out there is 100% limitless, and anything, I think anything is possible, you know?
Is it? Facts.
Is it? But who knows, bro? You know what I mean? Like, you know? Like what?
Tell me the one person that'll say, "Prove it."
No. Yeah, right.
I don't know. They're so good.
Yeah, hoping nothing came off. I think what killed me was this.
He's got a floating mic now. This is the first.
I got a floater.
This is first back episode problems here. We'll let you work with it. But you know, I told you before, bro. If I cut your arm off right now, you would die.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
anything's possible.
Well, yeah. But in some part of the galaxy, is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like
there's no galaxy where you got your arm cut off.
Maybe in this reality, you know what I'm saying? Like in this part of the universe per se, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like as if the size of the galaxy and the universe is as big as they say it is, you know, and you know, like you're like that's one eye. Like, I mean, cause come on, You know, I didn't look at it. I didn't look at. I didn't see the size of the galaxy, motherfucker. I didn't see the size of that bitch. So I'm hoping you're telling the truth.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I was trying to say to you the one time when we were talking about the moon landing. And you're just like, what did you do? I'm like, what do you mean, Steve? Like, I can't believe what you said. I'm just like, what do you mean, bro? If they about the fucking moon, what do you think they told the truth about fucking 9 planets? You know what I mean? Like, bro, they are telling some fucking lies.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know.
Now, am I going to sit here and say there's no galaxy? I can't say shit like that.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
But I know they are willing to lie.
Question. Big question.
Bro,
big question.
They will kill us on the low. They will kill us.
They've killed on the low.
They've killed and covered up civilian murders. They've killed, blamed other
leaders.
They've
set up opposition forces, rebellion.
They've already done worse shit.
They've killed American citizens, everything.
They've already done worse shit.
Tortured, tests, and experiments.
That's where I always get it. I get where, like, what you guys are saying when you say that, because I'm like, okay, at that point, nothing does change. Right?
And that changes big for me, bro.
In the galaxy, nothing changes.
I feel like something burns down
on Earth. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But like but do whatever you want. Humans, nothing changes. You see what I mean? So that it doesn't. I get that. Like, okay, so what's it matter? We take over the world. Okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna stop. We're gonna make a galaxy. We can't fix that. No matter what, that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So you're living the life you're living. So at that point, doesn't even do good to kill everybody that lied. I mean, you know, you're at this weird point. Now you got to deal with like terrorist kids and shit because you killed the scientist dads. You know, like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, exactly,
I don't
man.
want to do that. So that's the problem. But I need to know the full truth.
What's up, Rod?
Hey, Rod. I need to know the full truth, right?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I don't want to kill you. I don't even want to kill nobody for it. But I need to know what's up.
Exactly. You know,
I don't know. If you've seen some aliens, you're like, look, bro, we talked to them. Not going to tell you how the fucking word for word goes, but this is what they said. And if it's the truth, not a fucking lie, bro. That's why I swear to God, it sounds so stupid. Like, I think I could really just get so far just telling the truth. Like, I was realizing that, like, when I was listening to Tony Robbins and, like, people like that and shit, I'm like, dude, all these guys, they have fucking one thing in common. They know the fucking answer. And they all have some wisdom to them, you know? All these guys have some wisdom to them. But they always know the answer, bro. It's always, this is why you're like this. Oh, you're crying right now because this happened. Tell me about your life. It's this. Oh, that happened and that made you feel like this, didn't it? And now you're like this, ain't you? Bro, I think I could be a motivational speaker just straight up. Dude, listen to me. I'm always going to start with, I don't fucking know. Not a person in this fucking stadium. I'm doing stadiums, dog, okay? Not a person in this
numbers?
stadium. I'm doing 50,000 Michael Jackson type of numbers, bro. On my tour type shit, okay? Straight up, nobody in this stadium knows the answers to what you're asking me right now.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody fucking knows. Like, that's the biggest start.
Yeah.
So me trying to pretend that I can figure out your mind in 20 seconds and answer like these big ass questions because you paid $600 for this ticket. Yeah, I'm doing Tony Robbins ticket prices. Right? You know what I mean? So it's like, and now I gotta make something up, basically. Of course I studied, but I'm making something up about you. I don't fucking know you. I just met you here today in this stadium. Right? It's way easier for me to be honest and be like, bro, I don't know. Nobody knows. Not your mommy, not your daddy, dude. Not me, no one. You are your person, right? And you're living your fucking life and you're dealing with what you're dealing with, how you're going to deal with it, right? What you need to do is what you just did. You opened up. You vented. You know what I mean? You told someone that problem. It took you buying that ticket and coming to this spot and me choosing you for you to say something. But you could have came to other people, or you didn't have nobody. That's a thing too. You didn't have but you didn't vent it to no one.
Yeah.
You know? And now that you said it, you got all the freedom in the world, bro. Because what I can do for you is straight up, what I can do for you is straight up tell you how I'm living and what I'm going through in my life, right? And Steve can say what he's going through. Kendall tells you what he's going through in his life, right? And we explain to this person how we dealt with those things, or as close and similar as we can get to it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I had no answers for you. No one here is going to heal you in fucking 20 minutes. I'm not going to take away your ability to not walk or no shit like that. You know, facts are the facts. But we can tell you, you know, how to deal with things better. And we've seen that, you know, holding shit in is what kills these people, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
I think one of the best examples of that is that fucking picture of that Chester family picture. He's just on the fucking patio. He's just smiling with his whole family. 2 days later, kills himself. You know, so it's you got to have someone that you can vent this stuff to, that you can tell those deepest, darkest secrets. I seen a beautiful thing the other day with Mike Tyson and Bill Burr, you know, where Bill Burr was talking about he doesn't know why he's angry all the time. You know, Mike Tyson's just like, you know who hurt you. You just can't be honest, and you just can't tell, you know, who it was or what they did. You know, and he explains that he was hurt like that when he was a child. What you know what that means. You know what it means. And you know, that's why he became who he was. And I thought that was just beautiful, because it's two grown men who aren't even close. They meet up and they open up. You know, that podcast is a beautiful thing, bro, because, you know, people do open up like that. And you can get these moments together that you wouldn't have of just like sitting down. And then, like, why does podcasting do so much, you know, for people like me and you? You know? Because it's another person's opinion of like how they dealt with it. I'm not going in there saying, you know, oh, you know, fucking Brian Carroll, tell me how the fuck, you know, you did this. How did you become an actor? I'm just listening to you and how you dealt with things that arose, you know, and how you got over those. And I'm learning and I'm studying that from you, you know, like preferably you should talk to someone who dealt with something you dealt with. Because there is plenty of people, especially when it comes to like molestation, rape and things like that. Like, I know that shit's tough to talk about, but I think it helps a lot when somebody else has been through that type of trauma, rather than you go talk to a fucking therapist that grew up in the suburbs and they never even knew what the fuck you're talking about. You know, but you can go talk to somebody that really went through what you went through, and you know, find a way to get through it. Like, you're never gonna forget any of the trauma in your life. You're always like, that's gonna stick with you, but you find a way to like not let that break you, you know, to survive that, bro. And you know, over time
and move past it.
So strong, you know, you get so strong,
and
bro.
Your mind, your body, it adapts, it overcomes. It will think through it. I mean, like, you know, like as a person, you know, you're strong enough to like weather the storm. You know, we all are, you know, to fight this bitch. You know, it's all about, you know, just keeping the good fight. You know, like, you know, that type of thing. You know, you gotta keep this fire in you, and you gotta feed that flame within your body, and you know, keep it alive and burning strong. You know, like, you know, you have a weak fire. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You have a strong fire. You know, you're gonna be doing lots of fucking things. And you know, it's like comes like towards like, you know, kind of like, you know, motivation. You know, it's like I think people, you know, I think there are naturally, you know, people who have more motivation than others. Of course, people are going to have different levels of depression, you know, sadness and happiness, and how strong they feel that, and how strong they feel sadness and shit like that. But you know, recognizing like the problem is like, you know, the first step. You know, you look at it's not that like, you know, you're bad at things. You know, a lot of times with people, you know, they usually have a motivation problem, a self-motivation problem. I think, like Goggins said it best when he was like, you know, his motivation dwindles. It's all about feeding that and keeping that going, and keeping, you know, your motivation, you know, strong, your strong will. You know, I mean, you have to stand strong in these types of situations, you know, especially in like a fucking universe where, you know, it is what it is, or, you know, where you could be a product of just wrong place, wrong time, you know, or whatever. So you got to put yourself in the best situations. You got to take care of yourself, and you got to, you know, that's where I think, like, you know, especially with like, you know, having a negative mindset, you would probably end up, you know, within a negative circle or negative environment, or, you know, something like that, where, you know, you stay positive, you stick to a positive environment, you put yourself in positive situations. You know, it's like, it's only like kind of like human growth from there. And, you know, we're all going to go through unwarranted negative situations, regardless of, you know, how positive minded you are. But those are the situations that are going to test us and mold you. You know what I mean? Like the scars, you know, will kind of like mold who you are as a person. You know, I mean, your brain learns every situation, every time you do something, every time you view something as like the wrong thing, your brain sees that, evaluates. You come back better. You sleep on something, you come back better the next day. You know.
Okay, well, let me comment on this. Like some of this, you're making me think. Is all right. Well, how many people out of 10 are motivated people?
I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough number. It's a tough number. You know, definitely a tough number. You know, I think it's way less. It's definitely under half. And I would say maybe 2, 3. We'll shoot at that. 2, 3. Yeah, 2 to 3. Yeah.
Okay, I think it's already naturally higher than that. Yeah. I would say it's like 4. I'd be like 4 or 5 range. Okay, but I get what you're saying. Okay, so let's say it's 2. Fuck it. You got 8 people. Why are those 8 people not motivated? Because you don't fucking know them, right?
Yeah, you don't.
You don't know them, right? So why are they not motivated?
You don't. You know, I mean,
because I can show you, someone who's seen a man die.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can show you someone who was raped.
Yeah,
I can show you. You know what I mean? So when you say like you got to be motivated, well, like to me, it's like a lot of people are motivated because they can't get past the trauma, bro.
Well, yeah, and that's
the thing.
You know,
aren't motivated.
Yeah, but I mean, how many out of those 8 have that? You know, I mean, like of course, those people, they have real situations that are valid. You know, like I'm not saying that those are invalid. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying like that's my whole argument is like if those people speak up though. If we could really work through the trauma, I bet your numbers on people wouldn't be that low. It's not so much like people aren't motivated. It's like they don't believe they can get past their trauma, bro.
I know. I know what you're saying. Right? I know what you're saying. Like, I mean, I didn't make a blanket statement about everybody. Because I mean, of course, people go through that. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't trying to say that those people, have a problem. You know what I mean? Like, because I mean,
I wasn't trying to say you were wrong. You're saying, but I'm saying like you were saying, you got to keep that motivation. You got to keep that going to like basically keep going. Well, like it's not that some people aren't motivating themselves. Is what I'm trying to say. It's like they're dealing with shit, bro, and like that's the least of their worries. Like that's not. They're not thinking about like progressing.
Well, no, but I mean, when you're in these negative situations, you're thinking about getting out of these situations, putting yourself in better positions, you know what I'm saying? And I understand people suffer, but I mean, you have to keep trying to improve your situation. I mean, you have to keep, that's what I mean. You have to keep trying to improve your situation wherever you are, you know what I'm saying?
So many of these situations you're talking about, they're not improving because there's no one talking about nothing. It's just all people dealing with their self problems with their self. And they're just shitty human beings, not because that's who they are.
Yeah, I know.
They're dealing with all this other shit where like they always like imagine you're molested, bro. You're a little boy. You're molested when you're 10, dude. It's hard for you to picture being 40. You know what I mean? Like, being like rich, like it's like, does that even matter anymore? No,
like, it's not even about that. It's like
But if you communicate, because this is
and that's what I'm saying. You have to work on your trauma. You have to keep.
That 10-year-old's gonna be 40 years old and never tell anyone.
And I know, and that's a problem. I know that's a problem.
We can figure out to get past these traumas.
But see, this is the thing, though. Like as we, we see crazy dumb shit on social media all the time. But what we also do see are people who are open about what they're going through. I mean, you see some of the most watched clips. There's someone talking about their fucking Tourette's or their ALS diagnosis and shit like that. I mean, people are being more open. I think this newer generation, is good continually to do better with talking about these things. I mean, like look at the shift we made just from like kind of like 2012 to 2022. Where like I mean, like you would say,
I got you. I gotta stop you again because it's like when you're saying that though, okay, that's a good thing. Okay, I hope people are doing great with that. But honestly, when you say it even like that, how it is, like most people say that because they're behind a camera. They're alone in their room behind a camera telling you something.
Okay, yeah, and there is, and listen, great. And this is the thing.
That works,
and there's some.
How many people do you meet, bro, who've got 2,000 Facebook friends?
And listen,
you walk past them and they don't say nothing to you.
Listen, bro,
you don't say nothing to them.
Look, I know, 100%, bro, and that's cool. And that's not the point.
Worse,
and that's not the point. Better. I mean, and it's gonna be like the kind of like the openness, kind of like you've seen like kind of like the like intolerance for racism, shit like that. Even in, like, public settings, you see people stepping up more and more now. I think the conversations are going to continue to get better around these types of things. You see more encouragement for people to come out and talk about these things. Let's say whoever is even doing that is fake, but starting a conversation regardless. I mean, someone has someone to look to and be like, hey, this person's being open about a severe situation that they went through. I think it can help with opening up process and the conversation of these types of uncomfortable conversations we're talking about. These things are very uncomfortable to talk about. Yeah. But as you see more people talk about it, it's going to just become more of like a everyday thing. I mean, like,
I don't agree, bro. I just don't, man. I think that, okay, yes, I agree. You can do fucking online Zoom class of 10 people all talking about it, but there's human interaction, human connect, bro. When we were, you know what I mean? You see like the reaction of like when we're all sitting there, and then the reaction of hearing someone's trauma, right? How you react, because I'm feeling that with you, bro. Yeah. You telling me this shit on the internet, bro? I'm like, I don't even know if you're doing this shit for likes or subscribers. You told me to like and subscribe at the end of your ALS diagnosis. So I'm real fucking confused. You know what I mean? You would never say some shit like that in person, bro. We were just linked up, gone off the Molly at a fucking festival, and we sat down for 3 hours.
I mean,
and I got a whole different perspective.
Yeah, it's not. It's not perfect. We still have a lot more work to do, but I think overall we're gonna get better.
I feel like people are getting better.
I think we're gonna get it better.
I know a lot of people that are not fucking who they are online, and when you meet these people, it's underwhelming. Because they're nothing like the shit they share or the shit they say or what they say they do. Or how they think. And so when you're saying like more people are stepping up, well, how many are really fucking acting? Because I know a lot of people who will sit there and share shit all day long on the internet, but if they really seen like a cop beating up a black man, they wouldn't stop a cop.
Yeah, I mean, like, and that's the thing. I think you're taking what I said and just kind of jumping too far with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, that's like I get that, but it's like kind of like what you're saying. It's just like, based on what I'm saying, because I was not even close to like what people fake to do and what they really do. I just think the overall conversation is a little more open about mental health nowadays, and it's getting better. 10 years ago, you wouldn't even fucking see Nike post a mental health ad. Well, what is that the vibe? Is that what we're going for nowadays? Whatever. But if it's getting a conversation out there,
I agree. That's a good part.
And it's not all of it. It's not all of it, bro. Yeah, it's not all of it.
But in the process, people are getting more comfortable with a FaceTime than a face-to-face.
Yeah,
and I think that face to face is what goes a long way, bro. When I can say I could be your best friend online, bro. It's so fucking easy. All I do is pick up my phone and say whatever the fuck you want to hear.
Yeah.
But when you really live 5 minutes up the street from
100%,
friends,
bro. 100%.
And you call me for a favor, I show up to your house. You call me for a cookout, I come over and bring something. A real fucking person interaction, dude.
Yeah.
Shit really happens. Yeah. That internet shit, it's great, bro. We've met, Verdi, plenty of people like Verdi I've met online. You connect with them. You're like, damn, but what are you thinking? I want to hang out with this person in real life. That's usually what people think. Like, yeah, I would like to meet you.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Because when you meet someone, it's a whole different type of feel. That's all I'm saying. It's like,
100%.
So
bro.
I feel like, yes, the conversation might be opening, but people's skills are declining.
Yeah. No, you're definitely right about that.
Like, a lot of kids, like, bro, like, most of my nephews and nieces, like, I mean, some of them get out there, but most of them, they're fucking bedroom confined. They do interact with people, but it's all online. Through gaming, online fucking platforms, shit
that's
like that.
That's what I love about, my sister and my nephew. He always has his friends over the house. He's always going to their house. They're having sleepovers here. They come. Cool. They come to the cookouts and the events. He always brings them. It's like. Yeah, this is what
gaming friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, but like, I really want to be there with you. That's
what I'm saying. Like, I don't know the last time you saw like someone or like a bunch of kids play like football somewhere like we used to.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing, bro. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people aren't going out anymore, and I mean, I get it too, because I mean, we play, we game. The shit's addicting. I definitely get it, but. As a child, to build those connections, or as anybody to build those connections, you gotta be, you gotta
interact in real life.
Interact, because you can't be fake to me face to face, man. Your true colors are gonna show. But online, you could be fucking furious with me and send an emoji smiley face. You know what I mean? The shit's fake, bro. I don't take
100%.
I don't take nobody's online, bro. That's why I never was interested in like trying to get girls online. Because to me, like if I was trying to get girls online, it's like, all right, we're gonna fuck. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to find a girlfriend online.
Yeah, I remember. It's kind of like an old story, but I remember it used to make me geek. I remember we were down at your basement one time, and I remember you gave this whole kind of like presentation of like Instagram and why you maintain an Instagram. But we were like 17, 18, whenever Instagram first came out, bro.
Oh man,
that shit was funny as fuck, bro.
Do?
I remember you're just sitting talking. I remember you're literally telling us, you're like, look, you want to talk to these bitches out here, bro? You gotta have an Instagram because they're gonna see. They're on Instagram. They're gonna see you out. They're gonna see you with your boys. You can see that. You know, it's like I just thought it was hilarious. No, that just made me think about that.
That's absolutely all true, bro. Everybody's gonna have a social media.
Oh yeah, 100%. I don't know nowadays. Snap is crazy, bro. It's just like you're here, picture.
We all have hormones, you know. But like I'm saying, as far as me, like. There's not a single woman who can show you a DM of me hitting them up first on any platform. You know what I mean? And being like, what's up with you? Like, I would have had to have seen you before.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I try to open a convo maybe like that or something, you know? But, like, I'm not going to randomly hit a girl up, bro, because to me it was so creepy because I'm like, I really – of course you could always say it's a guy. But even besides that, like, a setup, you know what I mean? Like, this bitch gonna set me up. I don't like. She could just. Say,
bro, yeah, exactly.
Meet me at Hotel 6. I'm gonna suck your dick right now. There's 8 guys waiting for me. Like, I just never felt safe doing that. I'd be like, you know, might post something like anybody going to voltage. You know what I mean? We're gonna do this shit on an open platform for the world to see these comments.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I don't want to be in the DM set because once again, you know, I've heard true crime, man. True crime. There's like a missing guy before like that. Man, same exact scenario. I'm gonna describe it to you. Set up. You know, a woman came from Craigslist, came there with guys, got him in the car, ended up killing him, robbing him. That's probably had a billion times, you know, a billion times. But I just feel I can like you on the internet. I can't love you on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, 100%. It's not, and like I said, it's not everything, bro. You know, it's not everything, you know, but I mean, it's weird how much, you know, the internet plays a role in our daily lives nowadays and just like, you know, how we interact with each other, you know, and you can interact with 40 fucking people every morning and you won't be a single one of them, you know, on a fucking internet, on a platform, on an app, you know, where other people are talking on the other end.
I was one of them comedians that was on Rogan's podcast where he was just talking about like, you know, he's like, why, you know, we could do podcasts and go to gym and do martial arts and shit. He's like, because, you know, he's like, your great grandfather, if you just wanted to send one message, it took a whole day. You know, you had to like figure out, you know, where you had to go to, write the letter, get the stamp, walk or, you know, ride, whatever it was, ride a fucking horse, I don't fucking know, to the post office, place that, go back home. You know, it's like a whole day. It's like just hitting buttons nowadays, just summing up all these tasks, you know, and like I could book a plane. He's like, you know, before you start to call up and like listen to the airplane.
You can schedule every single payment you have for the whole year.
I could schedule something for 5 years out, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I could schedule a fucking cruise right now for 10 years.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you know, I mean, kind of like what you said before is like, you know, you think tomorrow's here, you know,
the credit card thing
10 years here.
Always weird, bro. It's like, who just paid for that? That's all I think in my head. I'm like, they fronted me?
That's why,
Who paid for that?
Oh, so then they fronted you.
So these people agreed to get fronted?
Yeah.
You know
you get fronted, bro. Here's some cash.
Right. So I agreed to get fronted by the credit card.
And they just put it on credit.
Right, because they agreed. You know what I'm saying? So
they put it on credit.
The whole system here is banking on me paying you somehow. Or everybody's fucked. I didn't pay nothing to get this credit card.
Bro,
at this point.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Look.
But if I don't pay for this.
That's what I'm saying. You buy 30,000 shares of whatever stock. You fucking go out there, you sell it. Someone buys it you for 500,000, you know, whatever the case may be. You made 500,000. That guy goes on the side, makes 600,000, and then someone made, but like, you know, you had 10 people on the way make a couple 100,000, and then someone eventually took a bag, you know, ate it. But then like this whole way up, they all created kind of like this wealth out of nowhere until this guy over here took all the losses and it was just like, it was like, what the absolute, it's like you create money. And that's exactly what they were doing like in like 2008, where you're just creating money out of anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just creating money. It's a glitch in the system where it's just like, look, how is this even fucking working, bro? We're just making money out of nowhere, bro. Especially with capitalism.
I went online, filled out some boxes. You sent me a card for that I can go anywhere,
spend $600,
and spend $600, and they're willing to accept that I got a card from you. They don't even know they didn't even get my. They don't got my information. You know what I mean? They get it through you, like. What kind of Ponzi scheme is going on here? You always had the money. You always had the money to buy me lunch. You know what I'm saying? Like that money was always there, and you just like are allowed to invest that.
I just put you 600 of it.
So then you just gave it to me, hoping I can't give it back. You know what I mean? And you're gonna charge me more? Who are you, evil dude? Like, who are you, evil entity? You had the money to buy it.
And if you hold up, if you do pay it back, well, you spent $800 to use my $600.
I have a job, and I was hungry. You could have gave me $15. I would have gave it right back to you. And instead, you're begging you're hoping that I don't pay you back so that you can fuck me. But Panera just agreed that they would let you do that by accepting that.
Yeah, the money.
Panera's willing to fuck me. Allow you to fuck me. Panera would watch
because they're getting their bread up front. They get their money up front. Now it's about you paying Capital One back because they got theirs. They made $16 that day.
But they know they got those. They got blood diamonds. Okay, did they not?
From you, yeah.
You don't even know if I had that.
No.
So now,
but you had a $700 line of credit.
You accepted. You accepted that I might have took something I did not have the means of paying back. If I'm starving, why would I not take something, no matter what you offered, right? If it was for one more day, bro. If I was about to die, and you said, "Here's 10 grains of rice, and tomorrow I'll cut your balls off."
But that's what's kind of like.
Not even think about it.
That's what's kind of like fucked up, and the reason this whole system's evil is because it's like, well, for one, just to end that right there in this world, the business isn't to feed you; it's to make money. I sell food. So already I'm not even an establishment to feed you. I'm an establishment to make money. It's just, I'm no different than a bank right now, except you come and give me and I give you baked goods. But at
that point,
it's evil.
You're doing your deal with them, though.
It's evil.
I got a problem with the people that are banking.
Because at the end of the day, I'm not worried about if you eat or not. I'm worried about if I make $16 off you buying my bagels.
Why is this company, this person in fucking Pakistan, banking, and why is he hoping I fuck my money up?
Where's Pakistan coming from?
Customer service.
Connected. Oh, okay.
Just the only one you talk to.
Well, he doesn't care either way because he gets paid just to take your call.
I'm saying, I know, baby. It's all evil system, is what I'm saying.
Oh, it sucks.
From that guy to the CEO, they're all hoping I fuck my money up.
And I just want to. I make money off giving you lines of credit.
I hope bad shit happens to you.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then Panera's like, look, I don't care what happens bad to you because at the end of the day, I need to make money. I'm not here to feed you.
Sell this fucking broccoli and cheddar.
I'm here to make money. So it's like, I'll take his money and here's your meal. Well, that's between y'all two now. I have $16. You don't owe me shit. It's between y'all. And I got here's your bread bowl. It's like it's fucked up.
But you could find ways like
they'll throw food out before they give it to homeless people.
Like Costco, right? They found a great business model. It was like they don't make $1 off of food. The shit they sell. They don't make $1 off of anything they sell, Steve. Not $1, bro. Everything is bought in bulk so that it can be bought at the price that like Walmart would get it for, basically.
Yeah.
And then they give that to you for free, right?
I'll see.
Dude, the store is a warehouse.
I compared those TVs.
Listen.
I don't know about that one.
Listen, bro. They give you a store and a warehouse together, and they sell it to you right off the pallet.
Yeah.
So literally, there's nothing required of me giving you this. $60 for a membership a year. 25% of America has a Costco membership, bro.
Our brother worth hella, bro.
You see, but all they did was give you a good deal. Like, it's pretty pure if you think about it, bro. And they take losses on the hot dogs and the rotisserie chickens.
And you
that's the only thing.
But the thing is, like they do make profit on the things they sell. It's a way less. They're able to sell it for less because they bought it for less, and which that bulk they bought.
That's covering.
They make money. They lose money on all their food
or whatever.
They lose money. Look, listen. They lose money in all their food items and everything they sell at the food court. That's why their hot dog's still $1. Because it's not about making money off the hot dog. It's about bringing you into the store and getting you to spend money here. They literally set up the maze. They reorganize the store so that you go through and the way you work through it, and so you spend more fucking money.
I say you to bro.
Hey, I've seen a video like that. But I'm telling you, off their goods, their warehouse goods, their food, 100%. But everything else, that's what they make money off of, bro. They make money off of that. Yeah,
I think that's like stuff. Maybe if they are making money off of that, I think it's stuff for like staff.
Well, I say run a business.
Electric.
And again, you know, even if you don't make that, as I say, even if you don't make that much money, as long as you generate cash flow, you can get lines of credit and shit. Don't even need fucking money. I have fucking a $200 billion line of credit, whatever the fuck, you know.
Million people giving you $60.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. I want to say 600 million.
20. Oh, it's 25. How much you said?
$60 times 100 million.
100 million.
What is that? You should be able to just add the zeros, right? Is it 600 million?
That's why I want to get like an accurate number.
Or is it 60 million?
6 billion.
It's 60 billion. It's
6 billion. Steve? No, hold up. Yeah, it's 6 billion.
Holy shit.
6 billion.
No way.
Yeah, 6 billion.
That can't be
60 times 100 million is 6 billion.
Put in $60. I mean,
that doesn't do anything because the zeros.
I'm just trying to think about like.
I mean, if they raise it 1 cent, they could make an extra $1 million a year. By 1 cent.
That doesn't make sense.
Of 1 cent raise.
Money. I don't think they're making that much.
6 billion. That to me, it's low what they would make. Let's look at their revenue.
Making that much, bro.
Costco revenue.
No, look at profits.
Yeah, but that's not their profit. That's what they're generating off that $60 alone. That's not profit. That's all just that's just revenue off that one item.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you, bro. In the video, they described it as everything is covered, bro. Through what they, through the selling, through getting people in there and not putting a lot towards labor.
So the total revenue generated was $122 billion for 2020.
From Costco?
From Costco. Costco.
Oh my God.
Profit.
Oh my God. How come I've never seen the Costco people in like Forbes? Look up how much the Costco network.
Costco net profit margin as of May 31st, 2021 is 2.5%. On 6 billion, on 122 billion.
That's super low. You're saying 2.5% of that? Why would they be paying that much out? That's what? I mean, I guess, but that's a lot of work for 2.5%. How many people got a fucking Costco membership? Is it 100 million? They said 25% of.
I mean, that's 300 million profit.
Off of 148 billion.
I know. Trust me, I know. What? But you're making money.
Yeah,
and the thing is,
a lot of work to make.
Yeah, but either way, bro, I go to you. I'm like, look, I literally generate $122 billion a year. That's how much cash flow. That's how much cash is flowing through my store a year. Okay, and that's profit is after everything's covered for. So now everything's paid for in the store, and I make $300 million. Well, now as a CEO, I can get $67 million or whatever the case may be. The next person the shareholders can get a couple mil, it's like, what I'm saying? The board of trustees, all that type of shit, that's enough to divide amongst the top, and then not only that, but it's like, look, if I'm the majority holder or like, if you hold a majority of Costco, that's a big chunk of change of $120 billion.
Taking the 300 mil. I know that. Obviously, if you told me you want this job tomorrow,
that's after everything's paid for.
Obviously, I would do it. What I'm saying is, I feel like you're getting fucked. Ideally, you was to start a new business at that point because you're getting you're doing, dude, 122 billion in goods, bro. Oh my God! Imagine how many trucks that is. You're pushing that much weight for America. We need some more profit. But fucking, you're saying 2.5 is 300 million. Dude, I didn't get a bill. I didn't get 1 billion out of the 122 I fucking made. Not one fucking bill.
But
where the fuck did all this money go?
But you have an absolute cash cow.
They do pay the shit out of their staff.
You have an absolute cash cow,
staff,
bro.
It's like $28 an hour.
Literally, you have like I said, you have a company that just, it's like
it doesn't take much to run.
I can sell your products in here on bulk. I can sell everything. Exactly. I can sell everything here.
You know what else?
I keep operating costs as low as possible.
80% less theft than Walmart, bro.
There's no restocking.
Can't steal pallets.
Yeah, there's no restocking issues. It's dropped right here at night when they unload the truck. Pallet to where it goes. Pallet to where it goes. I literally have fucking zero costs for fucking loading this store. I don't pay stockers. You know, I don't pay stockers or nothing. You know, I barely see 10 people run a Costco at a shift.
Yeah.
And it's literally generating this much fucking money. It's like, come on, man. This is like, hey, I think I got a good deal going on right there, man. I'm literally competitive with Walmart. I'm in those types of names. I sell gas. I sell this. Do tires. I do all this.
The Waltons are on fucking
Bring a lot of people here.
list.
Yeah.
It ain't no comparison.
Well, I wonder who.
Three of them.
I'm sure Costco's up there.
3 siblings able to get on the Forbes list before Costco?
Well, if it's owned by like the family, it's like, hey.
What, Costco's not?
Who knows, bro? It could have been me. It could have been 10 other people that made it.
Why are we only making $300 million? I don't care.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I mean, like I said, you break that off every year, and that's not going to be the only venture. They're going to invest that. They're going to have other ventures elsewhere, you know?
100 hours in the office at Costco.
I would, yeah, well, as a CEO, I doubt you do a quarter of that. Like, the CEO, bro.
That's sad, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you do much, bro. I mean, you definitely have a tough job. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't want to downplay.
First class, eating sushi rolls, so I can go shake somebody's
hand. You get 3 fucking months off,
and get commission.
Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, cry me a fucking river. You're a CEO. My bad.
Sucks because they only want people who don't smoke weed.
You could drop that. You could drop that anytime and retire the rest of your life. You must like working.
You think there's any CEOs smoking weed?
Yeah.
Outside of California?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think they do whatever. I think if you are that status, you do whatever you want anywhere.
See, I see the opposite.
It doesn't upset like the status quo kind of like thing, you know?
Fuck this up.
You know? Yeah, I don't even think. You know, unless like the people you're playing with want to take you down, I think you just go do whatever you want.
At my office.
You go do whatever you want. Yeah, I think so.
Think so?
Yeah,
you're getting a complaint, brother.
Everyone on this top floor makes $120,000 a year with great benefits and fucking 3 months vacation taken off. Like, come on, I'll blow a blunt right here. I'll come in this office midnight. At midnight, I'm just chilling. You know, this is my property. It's like, come on now. You know, you're telling me I'll go tell the cops. You know. You're dead, you know. You know, it's like it can kill you. You know,
get a severance
pay a hit. You know, it's like I don't even understand. You know, like just crazy shit goes on behind those closed doors. You know, I mean, I think when you have that much money, you can afford that private island, do some Epstein shit. You can afford that privacy. You can just name a price for me to be able to do whatever I want here.
Could you imagine going to a skyscraper, 30th floor?
That's your office.
In your office.
No.
Could you imagine that?
You walk by. You drove by fucking.
Dick.
You drove by fucking 100 million people in poverty. You know, it's like.
But now you do have the money to do good shit if you want to.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. But I mean, it's weird because it's like it's. I mean, it's incentivized by a tax write-off, and then you just make your own foundation. So now just keep the money within my foundation. There's a tax write-off. I mean, it's like, guys, this is crazy. What are we even doing here anymore?
The amounts they get too, bro.
Severance packages, bonuses, yeah.
They were saying they're like that's all. They were saying something about like a quote from a senator before, where he was like, "You can't let money incentivize these workers, or they're never gonna do anything," or some shit like that. Like basically saying you got to pay them per hour. And it was saying like, well, how come CEOs get paid off of sales? Basically, like if they hit certain markers, they get certain packages and shit. And it's like almost like that works for the higher ups in the world. If I say the better you do, the more I give you, but it doesn't work for a Burger King employee. You know what I mean? It's so fucking contradictory.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's like I don't even know. Like, it's just so weird to think of like this is one kind of like individual at the top of a company. And somehow, like
sexually assaulting his women workers.
Yeah, but like, it's like but I go right behind to this board meeting, and then somehow that just travels down through like a chain of command, and then next thing you know, you got a pay cut. Like it's just like it's just such a disgusting position. You know what I'm saying? And then you just like be like, all right, all in favor of me getting 30 million bonus.
Anyone? Last chance,
and then you
really drag your nuts on them, bro. You're like, last chance.
I'll give myself one. I mean, like,
no one objects. You're like, no one objects. Okay, bam.
Yeah.
Okay, now about Williams, $30,000 package. Does anyone object? I'll start. You're gonna prove for like the 60 bill.
I don't know, man. It's just like it's such a disgusting thing because, like I said, like it's just weird. It's weird, especially especially like food businesses, like where like there's this.
Listen, Steve, your sales were up, but they weren't like up.
Yeah,
I don't think you deserve a package, brother. And I think that could be added to my package.
Like earlier when I said like this food place starving people out. There's plenty of food back there, but your objective at the end of the day is to sell it. And
why don't the trees got fruit on them, Steve?
Exactly. Like you processed that to make your blueberry bagel that you're selling to me.
Why would you ever make a bush that produces no food when people are hungry and homeless?
It's just
make a fucking strawberry bush.
Exactly, man. It's just like absolutely
crazy. Make
an
apple tree.
What you're not even in the camera anymore, bro. You're not getting somewhere. Or if you want to turn it your way a little bit, I don't know. You can do whatever.
Do a little something.
Yeah, I mean, there we go.
But it just doesn't make any sense, bro. They don't even want to help these people. Instead, they can spend money on putting spikes on benches at night.
Bro, you have a fucking what, like a 45,000 square foot yacht sailing the seas. It's like absolutely disgusting. Crazy. This man went to fucking space, bro, and a fucking space rocket picked who he wanted to go. Us, just like what in the absolute shit?
To his workers.
Yeah, exactly.
Their workers. I'm sure they would have that money be divided up between them.
Exactly. And now you're still sitting pretty.
And you only won 60 miles in the air, bro.
You're still sitting so good.
There.
I mean, their business, I'm sure, makes money from investors. They're not like it's like Blue Origin. Come on, exactly, man. Like
you're just shitting on people, bro.
Yeah, it's just absolutely disgusting.
60 miles, Steve. Think about how big the galaxy is.
Yep, straight
there.
They
went 60 miles up. For all that money, bro, and people don't got nothing to eat here. People are dying here because we don't got enough money to even research, diseases. People are fucking dying.
Well, that's the thing. That's what makes it even more disgusting is that the money is there.
Yes.
10 times, 30 times over.
Bro, everybody on planet fucking Earth could have college, healthcare, in a fucking a UBI, bro. The money is there.
But that's absolutely crazy. That's absolutely insane. That's absolutely insane.
Let's all do a foot race and see who's the fastest. And then I want your
and let's
share.
See who makes more money.
What
it's
the
like
fuck, bro? Like, I swear, it's so frustrating. I'm like, do you guys not get this? Sounds so crazy and it sounds so dumb. You do not have to work, bro. Look. Stopped working. Everything is here.
What makes me hurt so much because I'll look at someone, a fellow human, someone in my position, and just look at me, and they'll look at me and be like, "Well, without those people, we would be lost. They deserve that money." It's like,
oh my.
Well,
God.
now we really fucking lost,
dude,
bro. Like,
I never needed no one to give me $1 on planet Earth, bro. I wish from the beginning of day one, my mom and dad said no one's gonna give him $1 fucking dollar. So I wasn't in debt to anyone, bro, and took any of their shit at all, bro.
Exactly.
You can build shelter on planet Earth. You can eat from planet Earth. You can wash in planet Earth. You can use the bathroom in planet Earth. You can have a family in planet Earth. You can have fun in planet Earth, bro. You don't need anything. You don't need buses. You don't need planes. You don't need skyscrapers. If all of that was gone and people were just here, you would have nothing to do tomorrow but make sure you stayed alive.
But I need to go fly to my brother in California. Your brother wouldn't be in California the way we're at, bro. Why does he go to California?
It's a trip.
Exactly.
People live all over the world. You still go on fucking trips, bro. What
exactly, man.
To goddamn 20 feet by
live
20
anywhere
feet?
the fuck you are. Exactly. The ultimate freedom of the actual human and Earth experience, bro. Because I mean,
you couldn't have the internet. That's what blows my mind.
What?
The people act like you wouldn't have the internet.
Yeah, exactly. You could do that.
Still meet up. We have nothing to do. We have nothing to do, bro.
Just
eat the fucking food and fucking talk about how to put a satellite in space.
What we're doing today.
And guess what?
And we're doing it free.
And we're doing it with no money restrictions.
Exactly.
You gotta get a budget.
Exactly.
There's no money on it. What do we need to build it? We get it. We build it. Someone makes it. Now, next thing you know, we have satellites up there and everyone has 4G.
No.
What the fuck is the problem?
Now we have this thing where we're sitting here and just being like, people are just like, look what I got. It's a $100 bill with a stack of them well, these are fun coupons. I can trade these in and redeem them for fucking gifts. And it's just like, what the? You're fucking sitting. This is a simulation. You're a fucking AI. This is an NPC. This is a fake world. This is a fake world we're living in. Here's $220,000, 220,000 pieces of paper, and you'll give me your heavily crafted Lamborghini.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the fuck? Who needs that? What the fuck is this? I can take $5. I could trade it in for a meal. After you cut down all the fucking trees and all the barrel food, there's no native plants or fruit here.
It's shitty food for
It's all invasive species. It's like this unnative grass everywhere. This bullshit.
Unhygienic place.
Like, come on. Like, it's just absolutely crazy. And like, I sit here, I give you 12,000 or 1,200, 12,000 or more a year, the $1,200 of these little pieces of paper to have a home over my head. Like, what the absolute shit? You loan me 250,000 little pieces of paper that I never see. It's all on paper. It's just a number attached to me at this point, and my Social Security. I see none of that money. You give me that to go get a house, like
going in the wind.
And then, like, it's just like, oh, and then I just gotta continually give you these coupons back. But in order to do that, I gotta go somewhere where it's like a regulated coupon giver. Employer, like
Fugazi, bro. Sometimes I get no coupons. They put it on a card. I never even see it. I don't know what's going on.
It makes you laugh.
That's what makes me so attracted to having the land, bro, and just being like, come live with me, bro. You can live here.
And that's the thing.
No one could say you can't come live right here.
People would create if it didn't get him a Lambo. People would create if it didn't get him $1 million house. People would still create.
Do it, bro.
People want to do
that shit. People might still create a Lambo.
When you have this thought and when you don't have to worry about being fed, so like you start doing crazy, I'll create a social internet fabric. I'll do all these things even without wanting to be paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think Zuckerberg ever thought he would get paid for Facebook. He just went and fucking made it. You just go and make fucking shit. Just do whatever. To buy a bad example, but you guys go and you would just do whatever the fuck you want. You make whatever the fuck you want. Someone would still sit there and be like, well, I want to be able to talk to my buddy wherever he's at. Boom. Then we got someone discovering phones. Exactly. And now we're just like,
and that's what seems great. Like, it does kind of seem like, yeah, the technology is improving, but like we are kind of going backwards in society where like people want like nostalgic shit now, shit like that what used to be basically.
Yep.
What does it say in Fight Club? Our war is the spiritual war. We have no great war. We have no Great Depression. Our war is the spiritual war. We're the lost generations. Where things are already so good that we no longer need to do nothing, and now we don't know what to do.
I just saw Brad Pitt come at it.
I saw Brad Pitt there.
Yeah, I mean, like really, like it's just like, and amongst all this bullshit, that's one thing that we've heavily lost is in touch with our spirituality. People would sit around and meditate for hours because that's all you had to do sometimes.
Yeah, bro.
And sometimes that's what you wanted to do, so you could become in touch with this actual universe and this earth and their natural surroundings, bro.
Like that's one thing I slack on.
You live in a world where everything's so loud, bro.
Chaotic, bro.
Everything's so loud. It's a chaotic world, and it's not like a chaotic good type of shit. It's chaotic evil. Intermixed with like bits and pieces of like good jet, like it's like a chaotic evil, like where like a circulating like slaughterhouse type of thing. Right? Like if like we could do all this in plots of land and stuff if but like the way it's acquired and attached to one of like this capitalistic belief that like money has to keep being generated and growing. It's like that video you sent me about the cities. Where it's a fucking crazy. Ponzi scheme.
Yeah,
well, I mean, like,
so
the economy is a Ponzi scheme. You've seen it crash
That's
before.
What he
when we pulled all this money out, and someone was like, "Hey guys, okay, shit's actually like in 2008, shit's actually defaulting. The insurance we sold you on these people not paying. Well, now everyone's doing it, so like I don't have the money's not even there."
What he's describing though is the entire city is like that, bro. The city needs the federal money.
Economies need to keep growing. That's the whole basis of it.
The city needs the federal money in order to keep from a deficit.
Yeah.
And in order to get federal money, they gotta build shit.
Yeah.
So they just keep getting bigger and bigger, and they already can't pay for shit.
And look. What do we look for every fucking economic year or every economic core? We're just sitting there, we're just like, the GDP of America went up. 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 Oh, it went down. This is bad. It went up 10% the last fucking couple of times. Now it goes down 2%, and now it's fucking like what? I gotta keep going up. Is it a sign of our economy slowing down? We gotta keep growing. We gotta keep growing. We gotta keep growing. It's just like, What the absolute
and
fuck?
The clicks, bro. So like that 2% happens. Now I'm the first one writing an article. Could the next collapse be coming? The next collapse is imminent. Now everybody's clicking on that. Now I make money from you clicking on that. I was talking to you about that before. Like, how does that work with YouTube and like the news and shit? Like, how are they allowed to post like George Floyd's killing?
I make money off it.
And then, you know what I mean? Advertisements pop up before you even see the fucking video, bro.
Well, I mean, that's also the thing where it's like...
So, like, now you're making money off of a killing.
It's not only that, but I mean, like, think about, like, your major news networks, you know? Well, they're owned by larger, bigger conglomerates than you could ever fucking even know in the whole process of it. You know?
Black companies.
And I mean, like, so, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, well, I make money from your viewership by selling the viewership to people, which is why we have Dunkin' Mugs on the set. But at the same time, I am the TV.
Yeah. All 6 of the news are to me.
Yeah, I am the TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, it's like CNN's owned by someone else who owns major cable network, and they're gonna put on whatever they want. The same
people that owns Fox.
They'll put on this. They want to put on the same whatever they want.
But to make the most money is for me to. I was explaining to you before Bezos, where it's like Bezos has made so much money because he beats people to the punch. That's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
The only way someone can improve on your company is if they undercut what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, so he's like one week shipping. I'm gonna do 5 days. I'm gonna do 3 days. I'm gonna do 2 days. I'm gonna do 1 day. I'm gonna do 8 hours.
But listen,
so you could never make a company.
But listen,
so when they made that news station, bro, it's just smart to be like, I'm gonna make a Democratic one, and I'll make a
100%. But this is also the thing. It's like, well, who decides what goes on the network? Well, I am the network, so I show what I want, you know, and I sell what I want to sell on the network, you know, and what I want to put on TV. I mean, like
Megan Kelly's big voluptuous tits in your face.
Exactly, and I give her $100,000, and she has a home and owns milk, and she's happy, you know, and nothing but an instrument of the machine. You know, but she's doing way better off because she can go get a Porsche. She can buy a Mercedes, luxurious things.
She's doing better.
She can get a fucking $600,000 home. She's living nice. Why would she ever complain? She doesn't stress about shit. Kids go to McDonough, you know, the private school. What the fuck ever you want to do? You know, I get top class education. You know, now I'm creating D1 athletes, putting them through the system.
And then you can go to the next level of that, where you can pay for the top level health. You can pay for the best doctors, bro.
Best dental.
Like, what the
best
fuck?
Neighborhoods.
You can keep getting
the wealthier neighborhoods get better businesses. Like,
it blows my, but health really blows my mind. The fact that you
everything,
like,
bro.
I can't afford a surgery that you
everything.
Can get.
So not only that, but
person deserves to be
wealthier
saved.
neighborhoods would get police attention first. They would get roads attended to first. They would also be the first in consideration if an interstate was to be built nearby or anything.
Schools.
They say what goes on in the area because of how much money they put into the system as well. Exactly. It's just like, and that's what they go ahead and give so that those people will continue to sell out their other brethren. You know what I'm saying?
You
live a little more comfortably.
It's like, oh, you don't want this? You don't like what you have? You don't like your pool out back and your fountain out front? Oh, you don't like it then? You could be like that. Because everybody here likes it.
But you, if you want to continue doing what you're doing, I'll transfer you down to the Bay Area. San Francisco, you want to go to Denver, be on that new station? I got stations there. You want to go to Boston? You like snow? You want to go work in Canada? Let's go fucking do it. I just need you to shut the fuck up. You know, it's just like, well, what about...
I've invested my whole life into this.
What about 2 months off? Yeah, go ahead. You earned it, Brenda. You go ahead. You go ahead and you go do it. You go get it, okay?
You're coming back.
And meanwhile, behind you, people are slaughtering each other because they want to fight over resources, bro. That's why when you talk about the overpopulation, the first thing I go to is like, okay, well, with overpopulation, who gets first dibs on everything? Well, wealthy people won the first, and then the rich. You know, they would get, you know, shit designated them.
No one gives a fuck, right?
Yeah, but the system needs to stay in play.
Who can kill?
So, what was I saying? Fuck.
Kill them.
Yeah, there's that bathroom break again.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, within the system, it's like, okay, well, there are policies to incentivize things, and incentivize, kind of like having children and babies. And then you also have the whole debate of cutting off that type of like abortion health care to people who really afford it. That's a whole other debate, where it's illegal in some states. So now what you have is amongst people, they're working over tax dollars, but not only that, they're fighting to feed themselves. Now they're having babies. Now there's a struggle among resources amongst the lower percent. And now they're more worried about surviving out in this lower percentage area. Well, I'm out here. I'm on a fucking beach in Cabo, and I got all the food I could ever think about.
Well, not only that, but like they got you by the balls because even if you are making, let's say you make $500,000 a year, bro, all your big purchases were still done on credit. Yeah. You didn't buy that cash in house.
Yeah.
I mean, with cash, you didn't buy a house with cash.
Yeah.
You didn't buy that car with cash.
But
so now your whole life isn't tied to you being able to pay that.
But
next payment.
But hey, look. I get compensated enough for all that now, So I now afford a bigger lifestyle. I'm still stuck in the same trap you are.
What I'm saying
is, they're living week to week. I afford a little bit nicer comforts. I drive in my Mercedes.
If they lost their job,
I have a nice leather couch, lazy boy. I have this cool ass fucking pool in my backyard. I have all these cool amenities that so many people don't have. I can go on awesome vacations. My job's not that hard. I just have to lie and pretend like everything's okay. And pretend like everything's okay because you know what? I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna do laps in my pool. And I'm gonna drive my Mercedes.
Plastic white.
And I'm going over here and I'm looking at this guy with his shitty 99 Honda that barely starts in the morning. That's kind of tough. You don't have heated seats. I can afford a Burberry coat. I mean, like, come on, And then other people come along that are brainwashed to shit and they're just like, sick Burberry. That's super nice. I love Burberry, And I'm your co-host on his anchor.
Comes, Burberry, that's trash.
And over here,
this is not a cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Burberry's trash.
Yeah. I saw this fucking patent leather backed academics jacket like from Foreman Mills. Like, come on.
You buy what you buy.
Yeah, exactly. That's
driving me crazy, bro. Good comeback cast. Love you all.
Thank
you for checking us out. Shout out to Brent. Shout out to Rodney.
Gonna try and get on a more
stay safe, everybody.
Consistent schedule. Keep coming back.
Stay with us. Thank you all for checking us out.
Like, share, subscribe. We're back again. Thank you very much. Have a good night.